You can assume how beloved a person was to his community by the head count at his funeral. It's currently February 13th, 2025, the day I was born, and no one would have known had I not reminded them. Is this a sign that I'm not important? Maybe. But that's not the topic for today. Ironically, today we're going to talk about how to leave the biggest impact on people before you're swallowed by your grave. Now we're going off script. So yeah, it's February 13th, 2025. The day I was born, today I turned 19. Not that that's a very significant number in terms of age, but I'm here for another year. Looking back from here and where I was last year, I was not trying to make any money. I was in high school, and the plan was to go to college, get a degree, settle down, and have a nice little quiet family in a cozy little cot in Colorado Springs, or whatever. Now the whole thing has changed. The plan has completely changed. I want to make a whole bunch of money remotely and travel the world, and I never thought that would be possible for someone like me. But newsflash, it's already working. I bagged a big fish, I bagged a big client, and now I'm working on a 8-figure team, copywriting. So take that, losers. Sorry. Regardless, the whole point is you can get there. It's so guaranteed. The way life works is very funny. It's almost comedic that you literally will get anything that you want. Everything that you want, everything that you desire, you will get it. It's just a matter of how much you're willing to work. So I have this theory that things are relative to a person and their life. Let me explain. So a person who spent 3 months trying to get rich off of copywriting and a person who spent 2 years trying to get rich off of copywriting experienced the same exact tribulation. Meaning it's relative. So even though the person who did it for 2 years technically took longer to pop off than the person who did 3 months, the person who did 3 months most likely experienced that same peak of fear and of losing, and that same it's the same thing. It's the same thing. So the reason why people can drop off in 3 months and people can pop off in 3 months is because the trial is going to be the same for everybody. You know, maybe you might have the heart to endure it longer, but it's still the same trial. I'm talking Matrix stuff right now, and it might be confusing. So if you're still watching, I congratulate you. But what I'm saying is, you're going to get there. It's not a matter of doubt. It's a matter of when. It's not an if. It's when. Once you get to that position that you're trying to get to, whether that be a new career or you're freelancing online or you're trying to get that big fat physique and you want to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger 2.0 but you're all natty, whatever you want to do, once you get to that point and you achieve the materialistic goal, the idea, then you have to start looking to leave an impact with what you did with that thing, that skill. You can be a Pablo Picasso, but you'll be holed up in your room and nobody knows that you're a genius. So to bring it back, to dial it back into the topic that we are discussing at hand, how are you going to leave the biggest impact with the skills that you have before you're swallowed up by your grave? Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to understand that the skill, the talent, everybody has a talent. Everybody's going to have a skill that is unique to them. So whatever that skill is enough for you to leave an impact on the world. If you're a hillbilly in the suburbs, if you're a hillbilly in the rural plains of Nebraska, you can have just as much of an impact as a person who grew up in New York in a private school, whatever. I don't remember the name of the president, but there was a U.S. president. I'm going to say it's Jimmy Carter, and I'm going to hope that I'm right. There was a U.S. president who couldn't spell the word potato. Potato. And he was a U.S. president. And I think his biggest regret was that he didn't stay in school or something like that, or he didn't try hard enough in school. Regardless, this is not a topic, a lecture about school. If you're gonna drop out of school, be a G and be a dog and work hard, whatever. But this person had no real talent, no real skill, except that he can talk and lead. So he took advantage of that and he led a nation. So whoever you are, whether you're disabled or you have a speech impediment or whatever it is, you have something that can actually leave an impact on the world. So you have to capitalize on that. For me, I would say it's speaking and writing in words and whatnot. But for somebody else, I don't know. It could be sports. You can use that as a medium to lead people. Look at what Kobe Bryant did, right? Sports, I mean, that's sports. He played basketball, but he still had such a impact on the world that we have a whole mentality named after Kobe Bryant, the Mamba mentality. So once you capitalize on that skill, you have to learn how to use it to relate to people. That's step 2. You have to find a way for this skill or talent to be a medium for other people to see themselves through. You have to do it to a T. Of course, you have to be the best at what you do, but you have to be in a position that someone else can see themselves doing what you do. And once you do that, you've built a community. You have built a fan base of people who want to aspire to be like you. And they want to do what you do, and they want to name your kids after your second wife or whatever. So that's step 2. Step 3 is to leave such an impact on the world that if you stepped away for a second, then your image is still going to be there. Your message is still going to be there. And this is the ultimate goal. Because you have an external impact and an internal impact. So once you leave that external impact on the world and people have, they've received your legacy, then you actually need to focus on yourself and your family. And this is the real impact. This is where the real magic happens. Because you can have 1,000, 100,000 people at your funeral, and these are going to be people who, they knew you somewhat, they loved you, but the most important people there are going to be your family. So the whole entire thing here, you're building up this whole image, this legacy for the rest of your life. But my theory is that once you do that, you need to lock in your family. You need to secure that inner circle of people who are going to have, their hearts are going to be through the roof when you're gone. They're going to pray for you, and their prayers are going to be the most sincere of prayers because they knew you the best. And this is the real end goal. To do so much that the world remembers you so that you can step back and you can focus on your family. And so this is how you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. The public eye and the private eye, they both love you to death. Until you die. So yeah, take this 19-year-old dropout's advice, and the world is going to remember your legacy even after your bones lie in the soil. Peace.
For every life, forego the parable, seek the light, my knees are cold. Go find another